on.
Well, maybe I'm around the wrong people to know what the typical answer is. What is the typical answer to the omnipotence paradox?
The answer would be that it's a trick question because it assumes a logical impossibility. In reality, God, if he did exist, could not be all powerful. That question proves it. It literally proves it. If God was all powerful in that sense, he could not exist. So the point is, listen, so when we say that God can do anything, we're saying God can do anything that can be done. It's the same thing with knowledge. We're not saying he can know anything. He can know anything which can be known.
So, on your view,
so let me finish. The point is that it's inherent within theist philosophy and reality, though Christians won't admit it, that if God exists, he would have to be limited. He would have to be, by nature of existing.
I think you'd be surprised about what Christian, or I should say theist philosophers have to say about omnipotence. I think it's kind of, maybe at the end of the day, I'll agree with you, but I think you're oversimplifying the stuff that's going on there with omnipotence. But
for sure, that's an oversimplification.
Check your weapons, check your gear. We're holding for deployment.
But, okay, but then it seems like you're saying that your God doesn't have the power to prevent like school shootings.
It's not that I'm saying God doesn't have the power to prevent that. It's saying that if God exists, I answered that totally separately. No, that analogy came to merely describe that God can be limited. My answer to could God stop one of those? Yeah, he probably could. Why doesn't he? I don't know. But for whatever that reason is, I'm sure it's a good one.
Okay, well, but if that's your answer, basically that's a version of something called skeptical theism, right? That's the name of what.
All stations, green light. We are deploying to the war zone.
Skeptical theism opens a Pandora's box of skepticism with respect to.
I want that bird ready in 3 mics. Relay those coordinates.
That's the worry.
You are.
I'm not making up this. I haven't been given it terms, but you're giving a skeptical theism kind of response. I'm saying what's wrong with skeptical theism is it puts us in a position where we can't know what should be prevented and what should be allowed.
But Danny, do you know how far away Taurus is from you right now exactly? No, there are some things which can't be known. So what?
Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you hightail it out of there.
To discern it. So what?
No, it's not. It can't be so what if the question is if we don't know what is impermissible. That craps on your claim earlier that we can rely. You said earlier this, that we can rely on our sense of objective right or wrong. You said that earlier. But
enemy soldier incoming.
Eliminate all targets. So listen, I gave a distinction. I'll give it one more time. So I think both can be true. We can trust our moral reasoning, and we
take more than that.
Throw people in jail, right? We know right from wrong. We can trust that. And also, it can also be true. Well, that moral faculty isn't great enough to sit in God's position and determine what
gas is closing in
and what he should not. They're separate, and they both can be true.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if your moral sense fails at the level of like genocides and natural disasters, why on earth would you trust it on a mudslide?
Again, it is only a failure if morals are objective. Number one. Two, it is only a failure if you do possess the ability to sit in God's position and comprehend what he should and shouldn't do. We cannot. Therefore, it's not.
I didn't catch the last half. Can you repeat? Can you articulate the last half? I think you do understand what I'm saying, though, right? Like, if it seems like the Holocaust shouldn't have occurred, but then God has good reasons for it to occur, then it should have occurred, then I'm just wrong to think that it shouldn't occur, that it should be allowed. And if I'm wrong about that fact, then my moral sense is completely unreliable if it's miscalculating the Holocaust.
Okay, so here's the thing. A ruler is really great when you're measuring things, which are 12 inches. But when you want to go greater than that, you take a measuring tape, which, goes to what, like 48 feet. All right. So the point is that you're trying to take the ruler and then you're complaining that you can't measure something 12 feet long well with it. All right.
But we use the same tool, look, presumably the same sense that's used to say the Holocaust sucks is the same tool that I'm using when I say that little old lady that got mugged, that sucks. I'm not using a different tool there.
So it at least it appears to me that you are, because to me it's far greater of a moral question to decipher why that could have happened.
How many moral faculties do we have? How many moral senses do we have?
I mean, we use our mind and our experience. We also have sympathy for others' experience.
Look, I like your analogy. The analogy is that we have look. If we want to measure the weight of a cruise ship, and you try to use the stuff that they use to, I don't know, weigh a baby, right? You're gonna come to. It's not gonna be workable. That's not feasible to use. You're using the wrong instrument, right? And so the kind of faculty that you're going wrong at the level of the Holocaust, right? You thought the Holocaust shouldn't occur, but God has good reasons for it to allow it to occur. But then suddenly you can rely on this new measuring, like when I see that a lady got mugged yesterday, right? But for your analogy to hold, you're gonna have to show that there are multiple moral senses. One for like.
I hear you. I do. I really hear your position. Again, like, if we could put ourselves in God's position and we immediately had the faculties to see it as He does, I think we would be. I think we would be able
Friendly
to
loadout
see
drops on the way.
why this took place, why He didn't intervene like we just think, why didn't you just stop it? I think that, we would understand.
Yeah, but I don't.
You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
All I know is that there's some good reason unknown, and then all that undercuts the claim that it should not.
So, you see, and this is what I meant by predispositions, because Danny, I see it entirely different. I think our moral experience on the micro, that we are in fact able to determine that morals are objective. I think that sense
Is the Holocaust objectively good?
Come on, what a dumb question. Of course it's objectively bad. You're missing the
What does
point.
God think?
I would think He also thinks it's bad.
Should objectively bad things occur?
No.
Okay, so then is there a good reason for the Holocaust to occur?
Yes, there could be, Danny.
That seems like a straight up contradiction.
Did I not hear you correctly? Say that again. Maybe I didn't
So
hear that correctly.
if you and God agree that the Holocaust is objectively bad,
You're
and
losing
you
ground.
said
Move
that
it.
objectively bad things should not occur, but then on the other hand, you're saying that God has good reasons for allowing the Holocaust, so it should occur given those reasons. It should be allowed for those good reasons. That contradicts the claim that it ought not to occur because it's objectively bad.
I'm not sure I understand exactly.
Okay,
Could I
question.
ask you to say it one more time?
Yeah, of course, no problem. Maybe I'll put it in different terms. Objectively bad stuff.
I'm just not seeing why both can't be true. Yeah, I'm probably not catching it.
Okay, maybe think of it this way. Should objectively bad stuff happen?
No.
Okay, so if something should not happen, it should be prevented.
According to my perspective, yes.
Okay, so then it's very straightforward here because the Holocaust is objectively bad. The Holocaust should not happen. Therefore, the Holocaust should have been prevented, but God didn't prevent it, right? God chose to allow it. So, because of good reasons. And there's your contradiction.
Okay, so to me it's not a contradiction, because when I'm appealing to God, I'm no longer in my perspective. I'm I'm saying, you know what? I don't think I see this
No,
clearly.
but you said you and God agree. You said you and God agree that it's objectively bad. At this point, you and God don't agree.
Danny, again, you can say that yes, this is objectively bad. It shouldn't happen, but you know what? It's going to happen, and through it all, there may be a greater good come out of it. Again, caught up in this status, we're just assuming that God could have stopped it. Okay, again, we're just
Okay.
assuming that. And
Yes, we are. We are.
and so if he didn't and he could have, why? We don't know.
I'm not at. Look,
You are-
does
you
God
are-
think that the
li-
Holocaust?
listen, let me finish. If I'm holding the skeptical theist position, then you're holding the skeptical atheist position. Like they're equivalent. You are saying, I think that that's stronger evidence that if God exists, he's not good.
Gas is closing in.
To
Get
me,
to the
it's
new
like,
safe zone.
dude, I don't know why. I don't fully understand how, but I know right and wrong exist. So there's probably a right. Somehow good can come through it. Let me give you a Bible verse, okay? There's a Bible verse that says God works all things. Okay, all things together for good.
I'm familiar with the Bible.
There's another verse that says that he works all things after the counsel of his will. So the point is that you conceded if there was a greater good, then it would be justified. You conceded that with me. So all I'm telling you is that in these scenarios, you keep posing them, shootings or the Holocaust or whatever. If there is a greater good, it would still be justified. And so,
Yeah.
dude, I'm just putting God in that realm of thinking.
Fine, but no. But
Gas
then
is
this
closing
this
in.
is really weird to me because when I asked you, is the Holocaust objectively bad? You said yes. Then I asked, does God believe that the Holocaust is objectively bad? You even said, what a silly question, of course. But now you're saying that the way that you would analyze the Holocaust is that he has these good reasons, and you're essentially, from God's point of view, it's justified.
Okay, Danny. Why can it not be bad, but also a greater good comes out of it? Why can't both those things be true?
Why can't it be good and not good at the same
No,
time?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why can't God believe the Holocaust is bad? That's a bad thing.
Well,
But
because
also not intervene because of some greater good in the end.
what
Why
a greater.
can't both be true? You're saying they
I'm telling you, I'm about to explain. Remember, you said you agreed that if something is objectively bad, it should not happen and thus should be prevented. But if there's a greater good in mind, then it should be allowed for that greater good. Otherwise, what would it mean to say that there's a greater good in mind, but it nonetheless shouldn't happen? Because the very notion of greater good is that there's overriding reasons such that you would allow or tolerate whatever event that accomplishes the greater good.
Yeah. I think I'm hearing you right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. If God exists, he would be in a perspective where he could see. I don't have the ability to. Why did he allow the Holocaust to happen? I don't know.
Gave it a solid
But
try.
again, my sense of
Time to
right
head
and
back
wrong
to base.
only depends on the validity of the
It's a
question.
valiant effort.
Again,
Keep your head up. Return to
if
base for
morals
debrief.
are just subjective, then what's the standard to even
Well, let's say
question?
I'm wrong about that. Let's say I'm wrong about subjective morality. You're right about that because to me it won't matter. Look, maybe
To me, that's
look.
the point. Your question becomes valid because they're objective.
Okay. Let's say I'm wrong about subjective morality. Here's the question for you: should the Holocaust happen, and does God believe that it should not happen? So, two questions: should the Holocaust happen, and does God believe that it should not? It should happen or should not happen?
So for the first question, I think it can be answered in two sense. In one sense, the answer is no, it shouldn't happen. And I think when God created the world, he did the best job he possibly could so that the least amount of those things happen with the most amount of good that could possibly happen. And I believe that good will outweigh the bad, which again, you have to keep in mind. There's far more people flourishing than those things happening, and they were defeated. We stopped them. Okay. Again, which it may be our role. You call us. Maybe you don't call God to stop that. That's what the example of the president was for. Now, in the second realm, maybe we could say, well, if it did happen, then God must have had a reason for letting it happen, so therefore it should happen. I will admit that seems so counterintuitive inside. I can totally admit that. And I think that's what you're saying, why that works against you. And maybe I can even agree with you in that sense. I would just reaffirm that the way I'm feeling is valid. Like, yeah, that is kind of messed up. If that feeling is true, then morals are objective. And the best explanation for that would, in fact, be the existence of God. And so, again, from my predisposition, that's not really a problem. I believe God would exist in that realm where good intention, bad things happen, and in the end, he wins, good wins, better overall.
Okay, so it sounded like you were saying yes and no. Maybe.
Yes, I told you in 2 cents.
Okay, but I won't. But I'm just asking the proposition: the Holocaust should not happen. Period. Is that true or false? Is it both true and false?
It can be, remember, the law of non-contradiction is that things cannot be in the same sense and be true. I told you in one sense yes, and in one sense no. You wouldn't take.
Okay, what about this? Let me
yes
change the
and
question.
apply it to the no.
Objective. I'm going to change the proposition to make it more, hopefully, more clear. Objectively speaking, should the Holocaust occur? Period.
No.
Okay. Does
No,
God
that's the
believe
first
that?
one.
Does
That's the
God?
first one.
Okay. Does God believe that?
Yeah, I just told you, if God exists and created the world, then I think he did the best job possible so that the least amount of those things happen and the most amount of good things happen. And again, we're not in a position to say that he could have done better. Why?
Okay. So God believes that it objectively should not happen. Does God have good reasons for allowing it?
I would assume so, Danny.
Okay, so given those good reasons, it should occur, right?
So listen, I said yes, but I gave a specific sense. The sense would be that
You're equivocating, though. I'm not.
dude, how am I literally divided the senses. How am I?
That's called equivocating. You're using two different.
Dude.
I'm keeping this. I want to keep the only ought I want to talk about is the objective one.
And Danny, that's what I'm telling you, that when the answer is yes, it's not in the same sense as the first was no.
That's called equivocating.
No, it's not, because they're two different senses, Danny.
Yes, I do. That means
They
equivocation.
have to be the same sense to be an equivocation, because
No,
I'd be saying X and not X at the same time. That's not what I'm saying.
Michael, look up the definition of equivocation.
All right, I will right now.
And please read it out loud.
Ground or present participle. To use ambiguous language as to conceal the truth or avoid committing oneself.
Okay, so in logic,
wait. Why is my
that's not the logic. Look, I'll use this definition. It's the logic one. In logic, equivocation is calling two different things by the same name, two different senses. Multiple sense using is an informal fallacy resulting from the use of a particular word expression in multiple senses, not one sense. And I think you read the Google definition, which should have secondary definitions.
Okay. No, I hear you. Okay, so here's the reason why it's not an equivocation, because one is yes and one is no.
Okay, but
I'm not saying no and no in two different senses. I'm saying no and yes in two different senses.
All right, but I only want to stick to one sense of ought. I want to talk about the ought. What do you think both of these, maybe I can ask you, are both of these oughts, in your view, objective?
Okay, I said no. I'm not sure. I'm not understanding you. How would I even answer that?
Okay, so you're saying in one sense it ought not happen. In another sense, it ought to happen. Are both of those oughts objective oughts?
So I think I want to say yes.
Okay. So it sounds like God believes, on one hand, it ought not to occur objectively, but on the other hand, it ought to occur objectively. Now it sounds like he has conflicting moral views. Like,
So this is really a positional problem and is sort of related to the belief that God exists outside of time. I don't believe that. I believe that God exists within time. When I told you no, I'm talking about the creation event. Okay, I told you, I said no because I believe when God created the world, he did the best of his ability to create one where the least amount of bad things, including Holocaust, happen and the most amount of good things happen. That was a creation event. Now, if you fast forward in time to that event and you're saying, why didn't he prevent it? Well, I would say, because it happened, there must be a reason, right? And that's the sense in which I said yes.
yeah.
Right. And so the point is I'm not in the position to say what that would be or how that would be.
I'm not expecting you to. Don't worry. I'm
And
not.
I
I'm
conceded.
not expecting you to.
Well,
I'm not
I-
expecting you to give me the exact reasons. But here's
Well,
the problem that I see.
No. Keep in mind, though, I also conceded that it feels counterintuitive as well. I
Okay.
conceded.
Yeah, you did say that, but I guess it just sounds pretty. Because on one hand, I'm hearing God believes that this event should not occur, objectively speaking, but God has good reasons, such that now He believes that it ought to occur, objectively speaking. That sounds like a straight up. I mean, it sounds like how is that? How are you not seeing the problem?
It's positional, and it's also related to human free will. You're only right if in the position of God, not of man, in the position of God, you can sit there and decide which is better or wrong for the wrong reason. We don't know. We
What do you
literally
say?
do not know.
I think you're getting caught up in. I'm not going to press you on the particular reasons. I'm fine. You're a skeptical theist. It sounds like, which means that we're finite. We're not in an epistemic position to know God's reasons. He has them, though.
That's a fact. We're not in the position. Do you
okay.
disagree with that?
No. The point is that I'm trying to point out that the consequence of this is two things. Number one, given God's good reasons, the thing should happen. Number two, that our faculties concerning large, massive human death, like genocides, natural disasters, plagues, famines, that whatever faculty that is telling us that stuff shouldn't happen, and there's no good reason for them, is unreliable. So those are the two problems.
Okay, so here's the thing. I definitely agree with the first one. The second one, let me try and enlarge your perspective. And I mentioned this, I think, twice, but now I'm going to try and hone in on it. So what is a good thing? Something you believe is good?
A good thing, like how I use the terms, or
Sure. Yeah. What's a good thing? Like
desirable for me. It's
the-
like basically a desirable thing.
like the bond between you and your girlfriend. Is that good? Does it help you? Is it healthy? You know, for your mind.
Yes, it's
body.
desirable. Yeah.
It's good. It's a good thing.
Okay.
Okay. Can we say that should happen? In the same way, you would say a bad thing shouldn't.
Using this, look, yeah. So, like, if I say that my bond with my wife is a good thing, I'm saying that should happen rather than not.
Okay. So then I think what you are conceding to is that in the same way, your first premise I agree with is correct. And that's tough, Danny. That's tough to just accept that about your heavenly Father who made you, who made the world, and you don't comprehend it. And you're like, God, well, how could that possibly be good to allow? Right?
What was the?
I
already forgot.
Wait. In the same way, on the flip side, the other side of that coin is a whole lot of good things, Danny, that should happen. like the bond with your wife and the relationship between, you know, parents and children, and you know, experiencing good things, you know, the wonders of life, of the things you eat, taste, touch, smell, the beauty of life. Life is also beautiful. Okay, the experience, it's incredible at the same time. So that said,
Keep the EZ on lockdown,
I mean,
team.
what's that do to your
Nothing
position?
in, nothing
Like,
out.
in one sense, wow, God, what the heck? And in another, it's like, actually, this world is also pretty freaking dope. And who are we?
It sounds like you're saying. I mean, did I misunderstand? The reason why I want to interrupt is because I was trying to see where you were coming from. But the first, I listed two issues. Number one, that God, given God's good reasons, these things should occur, and number two, the faculties that have
Contract
that
marked.
told us that didn't seem like there's any good reason for that shouldn't happen or unreliable. You were saying, well, yeah, the first one's true. Like the Holocaust should happen given those good reasons, and that's
Within a
tough.
strict sense, very strict sense.
Dr. Barrera lost contact with the crew sent
Okay,
to
I mean,
neutralize
like,
Ether's
that's-
force.
Then,
Marking
I mean,
their
if that's your
mission area on your
position,
map.
then do you...
Dude, Danny, all I'm doing is contrasting that with the beauty of life. There is a paradox of life where it's like, God, why do you allow these things to happen? And I'm encouraging you not to let that distance you from God, because I believe God does exist and that he would have good reasons. And you know what? Life is also a blessing.
Hey, you got a mic?
There's another dichotomy here. So I think, to be fair, you
Two,
say that those
two.
things should happen.
Alright,
And so,
let's go.
yeah,
Hi, this is my first time playing this shit. I don't know how to do this shit.
it's the equal opposite of one scenario. So,
Well, but I'm sticking to my
Oh, yeah, where you at?
CM imprint.
Where you at, Joe?
This is my literal first time doing it.
Come in. Alright.
I mean, you're providing, like, look, God has good reasons, but, you know, I mean, I don't see how you would know that he has good reasons for such things.
So, I guess it's like DMC, where you can just
But the
go
point
back
is
whenever
that
you
I
want.
was
Go back
granted,
whenever you want.
okay, that if
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
God damn, this fucking did a lot of
and
damage.
now you're willing to fight that with it. And
Charging
fine,
mags!
that's a
I'm gonna go to
that's
the
a
time.
way, but no, this doesn't get me close to thinking
So,
that
moving.
I'm just utterly and systematically deceived about
Moving here. Cancel last.
and with respect to, like, my no-CM efforts. I don't see.
Alright, where's the car? Your nearest car. Let's go.
okay.
My team was investigating some local anomalies when they went dark.
Man, there's so many ways you can take this. Listen, Danny, number
Well, how
one.
about you have the last word
Time
here?
for that.
The last person before I go.
Yeah, no, that's
Joe,
totally fair.
car. You could go to the gun.
I think
Interference
number
won't
one,
cancel out when.
the reasoning that you are using
no
to
charges.
judge God, his involvement and non-involvement in the terrible things that go on, is only valid if morals are objective. Number one.
Enemies closing on
Two,
your
if
position.
it wasn't the case, if you agree it's still
The fucker bogey.
I would support that with the idea of, dude, I think there's a ton of evidence for God's existence. And you also agreed that if more good came about than bad, then it would be justice. And so what I tried to provide you is around
Oh shit, what the fuck?
which proves that exactly that case. God exists. There are reasons
Oh, that's actually pretty dope.
there is more good. Even just in contrast, life is also beautiful. It's not all of life. And who are we to say you can have one without the other? Okay? That would actually.
Well, I said I would give you the last word, but I'm going to say something rather more. I want to remind everyone that Michael doesn't control to the he says that's an important thing here. There are other avenues of solving the problem that we don't accept. Like, you know, it could be that this is the only way
What the destroy them?
couldn't prevent certain things, you know. So
I will so hard.
you're open to that possibility, so I think we should move on with that. But
Barrera wants to apply those findings to
secondly,
stunts
you
and
know,
restore
yeah, the conversation
What the fuck?
part of the context here is
I'm gonna chase that fucking dog.
Mind you.
I'm posing problems in thinking that God has never seen so much money before.
ultimately decided to give up the money for 50 mil. Interested in maintaining his life forever. On that
I think it's funny hearing the zombies.
I think that the objections that I have
what
are a
is
little bit
about the money from the and discovered the large realize it must have fallen when the police put the money in the car.
Let's go.
Got up, but the woman had already left. The whole neighbor, the value
We destroyed 4 or 5 on 6.
by officers,
Oh shit.
by the homeless man. Honestly,
What the fuck is this?
story online.
Pack of consumer pack of the bunch level 2. Oh wait, what? Oh no! Oh, back and forth by gun.
kicked or they had a conversation really early. It's kind of funny. But I like Michael. He's a Christian.
Changing mag.
So watching all the other kids
I pack and forth by gun.
because he's like
Yeah,
funny.
we word here?
Because like guys, if you think the truth, it makes like no sense. He'll actually like debate.
I'll just throw that shit.
It's kind of funny. Like
What?
it's just.
Bro, my girl's like, dude, like, zero damage to this fucking man.
I only have a couple of requests.
Wait, can you parachute if you jump?
Hello?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, damn, he's all the way over
So,
there.
are you an atheist or you believe that God does just...
Hey, come on, come jump. You do a parachute, come on.
Because I thought yesterday when I listened to
I'm going, bro. Everybody was chasing me.
Oh, yes, sir.
doesn't care about the world.
No.
Oh, what is that?
USA!
Christians
Don't have all the video shard.
articulate character.
Oh, I gotta go.
Fuck you, zombie. Oh shit.
That it would have the character of Jesus.
Good in chat,
I'm
good in.
not a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew, but I believe that there is a source to life, whatever that is.
I believe
Wait, wait, what happened?
Got scared.
And the world's a state of chaos, and I think the source of life has allowed it to be a state of chaos. So, like, I don't think that you can really.
We gotta go to this guy over here. Oh, what the fuck is this?
If you want a designer, I don't think
How much
he
money do you
has a
have?
master plan. I just think
I don't
that.
believe
Think to make bullets, trigger and random ammo.
Right. Well, I think of it. I think of like I don't like the word God. Everybody gets triggered by the word God. I like the word source of life. It seems like.
That's so good.
I wonder if the level gets harder and harder.
What do you like to use for the beginning?
Oh, there's a car right here, Joe.
There's a big-
There's a car.
I don't know if there's something into reality. Quote unquote.
Do you study like the big?
Right here, like I'll pick you up, I'll scoop you up real quick.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do
I'm
with
gonna hit these zombies real quick, let me hit them.
Well, how does it not? Isn't the Big Bang about the beginning?
Bitch.
Do you want to give me a synopsis of what it is? So you say that there was a living thing in that
Oh, I didn't even mean to shoot the
car,
car.
whatever you're talking about?
Am I saying that?
Get in!
That's not me.
So how did it?
That is! Oh no, it isn't.
Exactly. Nobody really knows.
Stupid.
You could speak
Oh, you know,
to
oh,
someone
so
on
that's-
one side saying there's no way it's possible there's a God
That's you all over the city. I don't know, all over the city, what the fuck?
who are like definitely sure that there is a God. And then
I'm burning it.
Oh shit, there's people. I never that.
you make in your life, you decide if you want to.
What do you mean there's people?
There's like a
There's like-
good military thing on
And all of it is
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that.
fluff,
Okay, a
fluff,
lot of
I'm getting shot by the. Oh my god.
fluff.
Good aim.
Really good aim, really good aim.
Switching mags.
What the fuck we got destroyed?
Oh, bro, lead a full zombie.
Why is it priority?
with that other dude.
Alright, there's a car right here. We're chilling.
Okay.
So, first of all, I think.
Alright, you drive.
I'm dead. GG chat.
I think
Oh my god. This is what you get.
could make the universe.
No, I killed all of them.
He just made it and started going. But I also think he can make
I'm
it
all over here.
like
Who uses
a
that?
number line.
Bitch.
Well, we got water.
He can see it all at the same time. And
Hold up, bro. You don't got stuff in
I
there?
wrote down what he was saying. I don't remember exactly what he said.
Oh, the boat.
You wanted to defend him?
Oh, that shit did a lot of damage.
I have like a slightly different position than him.
Why
But
don't you just give me your position?
I can't remember what he was saying.
But you have a position.
Alright, you're dead. We're not gonna make it.
But I don't remember.
Well,
Well, you can still revise me.
I care about what you want to say.
I know, but I don't remember what I like would have said because I don't remember.
Oh,
What
so
his
you
argument
want me to?
Oh, we can buy you back or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, just you could
So
revive.
the problem is that if God has good reasons for allowing.
Now, how do you get your gun?
You what you spawn with them, I think.
It's not the case.
No, like this dude has his food.
In which case,
No, what up?
Oh shit. Oh,
could occur.
I think it depends on the area. The zombies get harder and harder.
Our moral sense or moral perception completely.
That,
Parkour.
I think like, free will is the reason that he lets stuff like that happen.
Parkour.
And I think in a perfect world,
I think there's another
scam.
scam. I think this is another scam. What?
Secured.
Hey, there's a chicken.
Alex, yeah, I hear people. I hear people shooting.
Is that because I'm dying?
I'm inside.
I guess why dying to that?
Yeah, if God zapped the Gestapo and the Nazis and
What the fuck, where are they? Oh shit.
Get to work on that safe team. You have to watch your back.
Oh shit, oh shit. Oh, the zombies here are strong. Oh shit.
I just want to come up with
I just like the Google stuff. I blame you because psychologists and these conversations.
Oh shit. I'm dead.
I don't. You're not coming off as stupid at all. I don't think.
Oh.
I don't think free will is that.
Yo sé. Sí.
Great. All the police continue. Sometimes it's good. Great. Call the help people.
Hey Joe, come back.
The victims.
Skibidi toilet.
Like there's certain people's free will methods. And so I don't.
Oh yeah, let me get the gun. Let me get the gun. Let's go.
I didn't want you to
No way this fucking gun does barely any damage to this fucking zombies.
Free will is a get out of jail free card. I just don't think it is.
So I'm hitting the fucking zombies and not dying. They barely do any damage. What the fuck? Oh, look at the red one. Let's see how fucking. This over here. Let's try this. Let's try this side. Let's try the red.
There's probably two senses that I.
What's that?
Mark and Jenna were a married couple, and not long after their wedding, Jenna became pregnant.
There's gonna be a high threat. Hold up, I'm gonna see. Level 3 zombies, I'm gonna see. I got a tackle punch gun. Level 2? Damn, why is it raining over here? Oh. Oh, no, never mind. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Oh, they run. They run.
Something is taking away that safe, choose what to do.
Okay, at least I killed them.
However, when the family
Get it.
Dude, it's just he doesn't need fucking. They barely do any damage. My gun does barely any damage to them.
But
Yeah, I know.
with their deaths, it does that.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm asking.
Holy shit, I didn't get better pack-a-punch. I'll go to you guys real quick. Oh wait.
I think you can take. I think even in the pack-a-punch, to some extent,
Oh shit.
you can
Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, the level 4 zombies are following me. I'm dead. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, hit him with the car, hit him with the car.
Before they do.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your family has free will, the potential.
Where's the pack-a-punch? I don't know where the pack-a-punch is.
So I stick by what I said.
And I get that
Okay, that's a armor zombie.
Then I don't see that's true. Loading! Then God could have prevented the Holocaust without taking away anyone's free will.
Bro, dude has like a dog, it's a zombie.
All of Nazi Germany would have just instantly
Pet the dog, bro.
free will.
That is a good point, but
Drink to
I
trigger
don't think like,
explosions
he
when
does
diving
that
to
stuff
prone.
anymore. Because like
Actually,
in like
sounds
the Old
kinda useful.
Testament, he did that. I guess like.
Oh, thanks. Oh, what the hell? You just, do whatever you did is drop rockets.
And stuff like that. So.
But the point is that it's not because some other, if there is a God and they
What are you,
Yeah,
that
that
door?
was 318.
Wait, are you in the... Bro, why are you over there? You're gonna die easily.
Was it a portal, bro? He's doing portal, he's doing portal. I'm doing this portal.
That's a good point.
Where's this? Wait, I wanna go in there, but at the same time I know.
17.
Fuck it.
Okay, well.
Wait, what? Never mind.
I'll see you later.
Oh, what the fuck? It took you, but not me. Good luck.
Thank you.
I didn't fucking have... What zone are you at? Wait. Dude, my pack-a-punch gun barely does any damage. I don't know about y'all guns.
Bro, the knife, the throw knife, it works constant.
Oh wait, there's a guy over here. Wait, oh wait, there's a guy over here. There's another guy, there's like an actual player here.
Oh yeah.
No, we get that snake. Yeah, I forgot there's multi. Oh shit. Oh shit. Told you. Oh, what the hell? Where am I getting shot from? Oh, yeah, they're both dead.
It was like a one hit.
I told you.
That is one tap those, bro. And I had 3 army.
I'm dead. I'm dead. We're dead. Where? Hold up. Where? I'm getting wallbanged?
Who would have thought this game is actually hard? Like this game mode.
Hey, let's go in the water so it can be easy for the players. So they're on the
Ed lost Frank on my boyfriend to get his sleep earlier. Photo of his head and Photoshop it.
Do I have to go res you guys? Ah, shit. One way to do that. Put my Need for Speed skills in motion. I don't know how the hell I'm gonna get out of here, but... Okay, now I see where. Alright, we're chilling. Alright, we good, we good. Let's go. I was gonna raise you guys and get the fuck out.
6 million Jews.
You have to go through the bridge.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm doing. Oh, wait. I'm fucking stuck. I'm stuck.
I think it's they, you know.
Fuck, I stuck. I gotta run over there on foot.
Oh no, you can go in the water. Sorry, I died in the water.
Oh, you're in the water? Alright.
Yeah. But the old parts of the thing, I would cruise
They
them.
didn't find it. So for those that we believe
Yeah,
that,
you might
Ah,
like
fuck it.
go to like the water.
the afterlife, they would, that way you live forever. Where you would get,
I don't know what I just used, but it worked.
rewards for, being oppressed.
Yeah, I'm like so.
I'm not gonna res you if you're in the water.
Somebody chose
You see my body, you see my body.
Sorry,
I know, but we're all at the bottom.
God chose not to
Oh, shit.
intervene.
Okay, hurry up, we got this motion right here. We got motion. Hurry the fuck up, I'm about to die. This shit takes forever. Where we go? Oh shit. Oh hell no.
Throw his body up there.
Yeah, kill all of them.
You're dead. You're dead, I'm sorry.
Which other? Oh, the dog's helping us. Help the dog.
Oh, there's really stuff by us.
Yeah, I know. Come here, fast. Goreng.
and they chose
There's really
Yeah.
stuff by us, buddy.
Shit, it's
I got some more.
Oh shit, that shit's hurt! The story stuff about this is gonna make us die? That sucks.
Hey.
No! Drew, I'll go to you. Wait, you can crawl, why are you not crawling? Joe, res me.
I know how to. That's gonna be it. Everything should have.
We got
He's almost res. We can res him and put the object. I remember shoot at him, not res him.
I killed the hell out of him. Oh shit, they're chasing after me.
I got you.
Oh, what Alright, let's get the hell out of here,
Bro, this guy, I'm not sure to open these hands, bro. But I think they're playing that. Hey, look at these zombies over here.
Who cares?
This is even new. Nerf that.
What does that have to do
I don't know, I haven't played this, so I don't know.
Okay, fine, but that's not what I'm
Bro, is he throwing his body parts?
Yeah, there's body parts of you. It's like the old. You know, actually, I kind of miss playing Cold War Zombies.
Hallelujah for that, right? Hallelujah.
Cold War is badass, but I hate the guns.
That's ours.
For 4 shots.
Hallelujah.
Bro, how good is this?
Let's go. Wait, so... Oh shit, so the middle, so the town, like literally the city is the hardest part. So everything else is just like basic.
basically where everyone else is.
Wait.
Like Mark's other players.
Oh, this is
I got you.
Example, I mean, we could say the same.
Oh, the res is faster?
All the, G-sides is happening all around.
Alright, let's get that contract.
I need Max!
Yeah, and after that, if we like get enough stuff, we want to just like slow if we wanted to.
I didn't stop the 6 billion.
Or we can
Like what type of stuff?
No.
or like contract, like thing, because items.
Alright.
But it's like let's
Let's go to the thing. Which one's the closest one? Oh, this one right here.
Getting gas.
These machines okay. High fuel fascinating subsurface phenomena, VEC.
I'm not.
Oh, we have to protect these. I think we're gonna have to protect them. Yep.
Oh,
I'm fucked.
There's no one chasing me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, so I have a question in relation to free will. I'm sure you're familiar with the idea of God being like the
That's ours.
first cause.
Wait, that's it? That's all you gotta do? Huh?
Yeah.
I've heard that. Yeah.
Okay. So the idea is
But
like
his dog, like, he wants to play fetch. He fetch him.
I actually like that ass.
The uncaused response.
There's nothing that begins.
I start this one over here.
That's what they want to say.
Okay.
At least his dog has
The
good.
question is then, where does free will come in?
Now we have to
Is
do-
free will from
There is gonna
Yes, I guess. I think if we just grant the God,
we have free will, but it's compatible with determinism. There are some theists that think we have free will, but it's incompatible with determinism. So
Okay.
theists will believe all sorts of stuff about this, about free will and God. There's no uniform.
little buddy. It's time to
So
find
then
a
I
friend.
suppose, like, if we're theists that think that evil has to happen because we have free will, right? Then they
Some
would.
people think that.
Heads up, strike
Right.
team. Terminus
Okay.
is
So
at your
let's say the
doorstep.
sun might do. Would that then indicate that free will does have to
But
be
what, at least, do you guys agree with this or what?
is an uncaused
Yeah, I got you.
cause in itself?
Okay.
Okay, so then that particular line of thinking would be inconsistent with the first of nothing being able to exist without a cause, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, first of all, these libertarians will say that free
There's more,
action.
there's more.
They're just it's not that actions are uncaused. It's that they're other.
Oh, some of them have armor, watch out.
agents are first
What
cause.
is gas mask?
God is the first cause
Oh yeah, that's the gas mask?
I still don't understand how that they would be able to tie that in
Here we go
to an
again.
idea of where either the agent
Okay, we have a time.
this is where the action is independent of God in itself, because then there would have
Yeah, I
to
got him.
be a chain of events that goes back to God that He caused. So how, even if I'm an,
Here,
you know,
here. How the fuck did you find it? No.
Changing mag. Taking effective
I will say
fire.
that
I got high ground, bro. I got high ground.
They could still go up there.
And William Lynn Craig says and thinks that there are facts that are true about
Oh wait. I think. Oh shit.
Well, they still get up there, man.
No, they don't.
Say dude, man.
No, they don't. They're not doing anything. Hey, get up here. Wait, actually, no. We actually have to protect this thing.
And that makes people like James White.
I'm dead. Oh shit.
yeah.
So there is
Reloading.
Hey, go get the RPG, go get the RPG. Oh, get that shit.
Here they come.
yeah, I mean, but I mean, does it
Right.
amount to
Come on, there's more, there's more.
Still alive.
concern? I
Good aim, good aim.
Hold up.
They can modify God
This is like LMGs.
Got a shield.
other agents or something like that. And then what do we do, right? We're like, okay, you know. So, but yeah, I think there's. I have to think about.
I think it may be worth. I think that particular
No way I missed.
some premises first and really drive that home. But this is something I've been thinking about. This sort of philosophy thing in theology is something kind of new to me that I've been thinking about quite a bit. I'm watching you and Parker. You guys put a lot of good stuff out there. I'm not gonna.
Was it? Oh, was it
I
Juggernaut?
just kind of want to throw that at you because it's something I've been thinking about lately. I will ask you one question.
I think. I don't know.
Book recommendations. Do you have anything that I could read that will kind of steer me in a direction when it comes to philosophy? That
Philosophy in general.
Sure.
Okay, can I pack it first?
Oh, pack of punches in them, of course. Oh, there's a pack of punch over here. Look. Where's the nearest pack of punch? Oh, the nearest pack of punch is right here.
Logic, but
Pack Right there. That's the nearest pack a punch. Wait, I can't mark it?
Recommendation, either think it's a very cheap book, but if you like metaphysics, which is actually not a bad start to studying philosophy.
There you go. My market is the nearest pack a punch. Which is where?
But you might like the metaphysics book by Alyssa Ney.
Watch this shit, like the one pack a punch be like 10K.
I don't think it's bad to start with metaphysics.
Okay, so it's a book called Metaphysics.
It's good community. Oh, it's right next to this.
Switching mags.
And Think by Simon Blackburn. I would probably
Travel to a higher thresholds for higher levels. Must be like much.
I don't think.
Oh wait, my shit's already pack a punch.
All right, I'll start there. Yeah, I'm about 3/4 of the way through Determined by Robert Sapolsky. Yeah, he's a determined. This book is just basically talking about where we should keep.
Hey, what's extra?
Okay. And what I like about it is that it starts with.
Wait. I'm just gonna smack him.
Logic.
What's up, Lev?
There's like.
Y'all want an extra or not?
Has like textbook vibes. You see, like right here. Crap.
Oh shit! I think you can like repack a punch your weapon.
1 second. I'm ending my live here. And,
You can?
Like different levels.
Yeah. But I can't back a punch. Mine's already max level.
I suppose.
So.
I had mouse out this whole entire time, really? Oh shit.
You know, and there are questions with answers in the back to test your knowledge.
This is called Metaphysics again?
By Alyssa Ney.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take me to church.
Alright.
And I've
skimmed the whole thing. I've skimmed it, but I read
Sure. Yeah.
And the first half.
Y'all want an extra?
It's pretty good.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, I'm done.
Alright, well yeah, I appreciate that.
Extract
Yeah, if
points
you ever
marked.
get a chance, I'll check out.
Oh shit, that's the nearest one? Alright, bet, let's go.
It's just basically
Wait,
advocating
hold on. Let me do something real quick. I gotta.
It uses a lot of.
Don't forget like. I'm probably gonna like grab the like best weapon just so that way it'll like get saved when you exit and shit.
Parabens are like.
I've heard of Dirk.
Yeah, Dirk especially is.
Like that's what I would advise, I guess.
Like for. This book is intermediate level, and if you really care about the free will issues, I would recommend.
Oh shit, how I'm going to the house?
Yeah, I'm interested. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, that's what the perk is.
Did I say take you later? See you later. Panentheism or entheism? I've heard of panentheism, not panentheism. I guess this. Oh, yeah, I've heard of it. It's hard to, God in all, right? What's up?
Hey, man.
Yeah, what do you
So I'm a Christian Calvinist.
Okay.
Oh shit, that was on me.
I'm not even sure. Do you believe in free will?
I have a certain sense of freedom in mind, but I don't know if it matches. I mean, most Calvinist sense of freedom I'm actually on board with.
Yeah, so I was...
Oh, wait, go.
In general.
Switching mags!
And, yeah, I'm still interested.
My general thoughts on...
What's the extra? What the fuck? What's the extra thing?
Like, I have
Extract
criticisms
points
about,
marked.
like...
Oh, thank you. Do you have where the green smoke coming from?
Typical Calvinist, but in terms, if we're just analyzing the views...
Oh, the mangler, there's a mangler.
I think John Calvin...
Wait, where is this dude?
Obviously. I've read some...
Oh, it's on my side, Let's go.
People oversimplify what he says, and there's a lot of nuance that's missed. Now, I think
Thank you.
I think that solutions to the problem of evil, any solution to the problem of evil that is
Setting down.
open theism, some tricks up the sleeve.
Good aim. I'm in. Get in. I'm in.
But yeah,
Get in. Yo, where you at?
That said...
Oh my god.
What?
He's on the other side of the fucking map.
Are you guys an exfil?
Yeah, I don't know why. We said we're gonna exfil.
I'm trying to pack and punch this gun between you, so at least I know what
I'm dead. We're dead. Alright, see y'all. I guess.
The moment you... God has as much sovereignty as...
Bye.
So...
I just left y'all.
I'm like giving y'all shit for. I don't get it.
Doesn't the Molinist view go into like the possibility of different universes?
Yes, but they think that God picks the one that picks it. God gets... At the end of the day, on Molinism, God gets the world.
As a Christian, that just seems so far-fetched to me, like biblically.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it. I'm more of a... I don't know very much about the Bible.
So why do you reject Jesus? I don't know if this is a religious talk or what, but I'm just thinking, why do you reject Jesus as the Messiah and the Savior?
Well, I'm an atheist, so, you know, it's hard to think of...
Don't you see Jesus' words as interesting? You know, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father but through me.
Yeah, I think Jesus' words are very puzzling and interesting academically, but they don't move me. I guess dare I say it, spiritually.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't move me either until I understood my own sin, right?
Until God, protect our
Amen. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess you don't believe in God, therefore you don't believe in the words of Jesus.
Yeah, and also I think the Trinity doesn't make any sense. I think incarnation doesn't make sense. Well, whatever kind of logical relation that they offer that between Jesus and God. So, right, the doctrine of the Trinity is something like Jesus is God, the Father is God, the Holy Spirit is God. They're not each other, and yet there's exactly one God. If it is of identity, it violates the Trinity identity. If there's a predication, you count three gods given the way we count standardly. If it's part-whole relation, that's heresy. If it's aspect or mode of, that's another heresy. If it's relative identity, you get metaphysical gibberish, semantic gibberish. I mean, like, any kind of relation you put in there, it seems like there's going to be problems.
I guess to me, I'm not really expecting to fully comprehend the God who created us. You know, we can understand the Trinity to a certain point, but I don't think we're meant to understand all of it. Like,
yeah,
so,
I mean, the Nicene, you know, the Council of Nicaea, you know, I think 4th, 5th century Christians would, you see, they proposed a model, right? And I'm when I criticize the Trinity, I'm criticizing that model that emerged, and you know, from 4th, 5th century councils, mostly 4th century.
All right. Well, last question, I guess. As an atheist, how would you challenge me as a Christian?
Well, I mean, I've been talking about the problem of evil, but you know, as a Christian, well, we just got, you know, if there's the Trinity, there's the incarnation, I would give theological, you know, objections there. There's the problem of evil. I think that it is a problem enough for me to like disbelieve in a loving God that cares about us and has control over creation, which Calvinists affirm. Yeah, I think that those are like my three go-tos, but there are all sorts of other little things that are probably not terribly convincing, but that still are forceful for me.
Okay, the problem of evil, why is that such a big problem? I know I said one more question, but why is that such a big problem?
Well, let's see. There are a lot of formulations of the problem of evil, and I'm just choosing... I almost accept all of them, but... so... Okay.
Gear up fast, like, we're about to get evil.
I don't know, Calvinists have different responses to this, but essentially, God is a being that can get the world that he wants.
Enemy soldier incoming.
And yet, this is not the world that he wants. This world is filled with sin and rebellion and disobedience.
Well, as a Christian, I would just call myself a biblical Christian. I don't really like using the term Calvinist too much. I believe, yeah, technically this is the world that God wanted, right? As a Calvinist, he wanted it this way. He wanted sin in the world. He wanted all the evil that comes.
Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
And ordained it for his good purposes. And so it is the world he wants, because ultimately he wants to glorify himself.
Should the world, when everything is said and done, should the world be any different?
Should it be different? Don't understand.
So, like, when I take a test and I missed questions before and I wanted to get 100%,
Battle Royale.
then I should have been better, or a better world.
You've got gas closing in fast. Unass yourself to the safe zone.
Yeah, given what I wanted.
A firm.
Right. So what was your question again?
So, do you think that after everything is said and done, when God looks at all of creation, does he think that anything should
No.
Yeah, and so, in what sense?
Enemies are dropping into the
Enemy
area.
marked.
Watch the skies. Eliminate all targets in the AO.
There is objective evil, because
Eyes on
it's
an enemy
exactly
operator.
the opposite of God's character, you know, and
Enemy
the laws
here.
that he set: do not murder, do not lie. These are all the opposite of who God is. Just because he allows them or purposes them or wants them in his creation does not mean that they're not evil anymore, right?
What is evil? Evil is antithetical to God's nature and character.
Yeah, I would say it's the opposite of who God is.
Okay, but God's desires emanate from his nature and character.
His desires.
That was close.
So you're saying that evil is the thing that is contrary to the nature, but then God wants evil, but God's desires are explained by the nature.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't seems like there's some tension here.
Yeah. I don't know exactly.
Bounty targets are up. Get after them.
I guess it's complex when we're dealing with real beings, right? Where we are very complex, especially God, obviously, but he works through people. Like, I don't believe we're robots.
Enemies dropping into the
puppets on
AO.
a string kind of thing. We make real decisions and stuff like that. And I think
Got
all that
one-sided
comes into
here.
it. And so, because we make decisions,
You got
we
gas
can-
moving in.
and because we're fallen, natures, the opposite of what God did. What we can do the opposite of who God is.
Why do we have a fallen nature?
Because of what?
You have a fallen nature? Did you
Yeah.
choose to have your fallen nature?
Some of your squads outside the safe zone.
Who chose for you to have a fallen nature?
Ultimately, God. But I wouldn't blame God. I would blame Adam. Right? He didn't choose for me to have a fallen nature. Obviously, Adam I'm talking about. But through his sin came into the world, and therefore all born after Adam are born in sin with fallen
Why
nature.
is it that, okay, let's just say Adam got a sinful nature. Is it like genetic? That like his kids got a sinful nature?
Enemies are
because
dropping
he
into
has
the
one?
area. Watch the skies.
Yeah, I think you could look at it that way.
Who's in control of how that works? Could God have created a world where the progeny of Adam and Eve didn't have a sinful nature, even though Adam and Eve didn't? So it just doesn't. It seems like if God really hates sin, then he would have not constructed, the way that the natural world works, basically non-volitional causal reality, to function in a way where we have sinful natures.
But I mean, to that I would just say that he does all things for his glory, and he wants ultimately sin to exist, so he can defeat
And that goes
sin
back to the
and
issue
death.
that I raised earlier. Right, sin is antithetical to the very thing that explains why he has certain desires rather than not. Yet he has a desire. The very nature that he has explains why he has a desire for the thing that's antithetical to it. Like I don't. It's hard for me to understand.
Yeah, it's complex stuff. It's complex stuff. I think above his desire for sin to be in the world, there's another desire, a greater desire than that, which is to use sin for good purposes, like the death of Christ.
Okay.
You know, it's murder.
So God has conflicting desires.
I wouldn't call it conflicting, although it looks conflicting or sounds conflicting.
One sin to occur, but it doesn't want it to occur.
Gas is inbound,
In his
marking a
revealed
new
will,
safe zone.
like, you shall not murder. And yet, we read in the book of Acts that he predestined
Fire
by the-
sale
by his
active.
hand,
Buy
he
station
ordained
prices have been
all
reduced.
that.
Yeah, so then how does he not have to?
I guess my response to that would be that he's good. He's good. And so that's the way I view God. He's good and righteous and fair and just in all that he does. So, and I believe in compatibilism, right? I don't know if you know about
I
compatibilism.
do know it. I am a compatibilist myself. You asked about my position. That's why. There are things I like about. I know you don't want to be called a Calvinist. A lot of people that are reformed accept compatibilism, and I like that because that's a sensible view of how I think about freedom, free will, or whatever. But I don't see how it's
Yeah, it helps me by
Fire sales
understanding,
over.
even
Adjusting
though it
prices.
doesn't seem like finite human minds. I have to have a place in my theology, in my theological view, that says God can bring to pass evil things whilst not being evil himself. God is sovereign over all the evil that happens, like the death of Christ or Joseph being sold into slavery, and yet the men are still responsible, and God is sinless and not good, because he's doing it for his good purposes.
And you're gonna have to fight to earn
Joseph said, "You
redeployment."
meant this for evil, but God meant it for good. Because God meant it for good, he's not evil."
Yeah, we're going in a slight circle. It comes down to, I think, this, right? Like, what is evil? Evil's that which is antithetical to the nature of God. So that means that the desires or will of God comes from God. It's antithetical.
Man, that's only a road.
It's not.
A well-earned redeployment, soldier. Stand by.
I think that's the
Yeah, okay. Good conversation. Well, our screen recorded this, so I can hear your answers again. Yeah, hope you don't mind that.
Yeah, of course not. Of course I don't mind. You
Cool,
take care.
man.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think Calvinists get a lot of shit, and I don't really think it's justified. I think these other views, but truthfully, each view, like whether you look at Arminians, the Calvinists, the other Reformers, like the Molinists, the Catholics, the Eastern Orthodox, whatever. Like when you talk about these issues, they're all onto something. So it's hard for me to side with one, right? And you know, like they all have something right, but that's precisely why it's hard. No partner.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Sorry, I'm going. Stop and raid me.
This intel reveals the location of the next gas spread. Get it to the uplink station marked on your TAC map for decryption before it's too late.
Bye.
Gas is closing in. Get to the new safe zone. Connection established. I want you to secure that area until the upload completes. Upload secure. Future gas spread coordinates are marked on your TAC map. Enemies dropping into the AO. Gas is inbound. The enemy lost track of you. Good work down there. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Enemy soldier incoming. Gas is closing in.
Acá lo tengo colgado, tu Gary.
Enemies dropping into the AO.
¿Qué pasa?
You got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
What the fuck?
You drop into the water? No.
Reback.
Gas is moving.
Go into the water.
Where are these? Are these guys in the water or what?
Nah, they weren't, but let's dip into the water.
There's somebody right next to us, bro.
It's a valiant effort. Keep your head up. Return to base for debrief. closing in.
Hey, Johnny Lee,
Relocating
stop
the
sending
safe
these
zone.
torches. Nasty and good for me, okay, Johnny D?
Got contact! Enemy movement.
You've also got Venmo Cash Apps in our bios.
Yeah.
Facts.
If you're feeling generous this Friday night.
All right. This Charlie dude's here.
How you doing? My name is Charlie.
Charlie! It's a Leo Blur down, Charlie.
Last name Wilson.
You don't know what that...
Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Enemy soldier incoming. All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment.
Prep for dust off. We're up in 3 mics. Let's move. There you are. We got the green light. You're going to the war zone. Grab your gear and shoot. You're up in 3. Enemy activity will be high. Expect contact early and often.
I'll see you on the other side. Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. bring them back faster. Mark a drop point for your squad and lead them in. Enemies dropping into the AO.
Moving. Mark the target. Disregard that.
Hostile counter UAV overhead.